Hey guys, how's it going? It's Python. Welcome back to the channel. This time we're gonna do a winhiro character tier list. We're gonna go back to the tier list, but we are going to do it with every single scene card. Okay, so we're gonna do it with a character and the respective scene card for each character in mind, and that's gonna propel a lot of characters a lot of tiers above, because there's some very good ones that make some okay characters really good, and there's some underwhelming ones as well. Today we're gonna look at all of the A and S rank characters. Now, I said it before in the previous video, but if you missed it, essentially majority of the SS rank scene cards only work on the respective character that is shown on the picture, on the respective unit, I should say. So this one only works, this effect right here only works for red S rank Sakura. This one only for A yellow Sakura. This one only for blue Nire A rank. This one for blue Sugista, right? So this one for red Suo, etc. And to check, you can go to the characters, and you can see here. Let me click on him. At the info, you can now scroll down and see what scene card works specifically for him. As you can see, this is the one, the free one that you can get. I don't think I have his, so let's check out Togame here. Yeah, there you go. I don't have it. You can check the details and everything for everyone, and we're gonna go over everything today. Well, not everything. We're gonna go over the A and S rank characters. First of all, let's go through the tier list that is the standard tier list, and I have put now a blue Sakura here because I forgot to do it before, but he's an SS unit for sure. So this is the tier list without the scene cards. This is where every character stands without the scene cards, and now we're gonna jump in and do the tier list with the scene cards, because there's a lot of characters that are going to be higher up. I've added a tier above, which is SS plus, because again, the passive that the scene card gives is something extra and also only exclusive to that unit. So again, any of these characters, a lot of characters are going to be a tier above, right? As a matter of fact, I think there's like one character or two that I don't think are a tier above, but even them, they are better. They are better, right? With the scene card, it goes without saying. But yeah, today we're going to look at all the A ranks and S ranks. We're going to leave the SS ranks for another time. And we're going to compare them to the standard tier list here. So yeah, let's start off straight away with the A ranks. Again, on the side here, I've left a link in the description for the website that I'm using for the scene cards. You have everything here. I've translated to English with Google Translate, but the site is in Japanese, but it's really helpful and it's really nice. I'm gonna go through everything. We're gonna start with the A rank units. It actually doesn't have them sorted by a rank, but I can go here and click on S and A, and here we have every single S and A rank character. And let's go by the list's order. Shall we go? Yeah, let's follow the list. Okay. Yellow Umemiya is first. Okay, so Yellow Umemiya was originally in A tier. Okay, so let's take a look at the added advantage. At the start of the wave, reduces damage taken by 10 for the two yellow allies in the middle. This is the maximum effect. This is at level 5. By the way, the minimum effect is at level 1, which reduces it by 8. So at level 3 you can get it by 9, and then the max at level 5, which is what we're gonna go for. This is the main one that we're gonna look at, is does 10% damage reduction. That for me is just a simple tier up, is just one tier up. Where is he? He was A tier without it, he's S tier with it. It's good, it's really good, but again, he only has one attack increase, which I think is the most important thing. I believe is the attack increase. So yeah, that's where he is. Next up is Kaji, Green Kaji, and Green Kaji was actually really poor. He was he's in B tier. Actually, I will make this change. I think he's not good. I'm gonna put him in C tier. I'm putting him top of C tier, but I don't think he's good, because he's too, his buff only works after an opponent's HP is below 70%, I believe, and it only works for a moment at a time. However, this scene card is really good. At the start of the wave, increases damage dealt by 20 for 30 seconds, and increases crit rate by 10 for 10 seconds, which is really nice, right? 20% increase is massive. It only lasts for 30 seconds, but by the time it goes away, his passive is gonna trigger. So this is actually really nice, and this puts him in my opinion, B tier, although he could go into A tier, but I think that is massive. 20% attack increase is massive, and it's really, really helpful. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and the next one is Yellow Kiryu, who was B tier. Yep, B tier right here. So let's take a look at his scene card. At the start of the wave, recovers 50 SP for yellow support and increases damage dealt by 10% permanently. Decent, really good. It is a lower attack increase, excuse me, than the standard SS one, which gives you 11%, if you remember that. It's the standard one, but again, it's a good one. It definitely is just a tier above. And let me find him. There he is. There's his scene card right there. So yeah, he's a tier above, so he would go S tier, I believe. Was he A tier? No, it was B, so he would go A, right? Yeah, that's a very good that's a good scene card. It's nothing crazy. The SP, I don't know how much 50 is, to be honest with you. But it's really nice. The 10% is not enough by itself, but I mean, it's better than nothing, to be fair. But yeah, it's a pretty good one, pretty standard one, just a tier above, because 10% is nothing to ignore. Next up is Red Sakura, and of course exclusive only to the red one. At the start of the wave, increases damage by 10 and increases crit rate by 5. Now, he was phenomenal to begin with. I think he might be a bit too low at A tier, to be honest with you. He's probably really close to S tier because he has so many buffs himself. He's really similar to Blue Suo, it's just that Blue Suo does status effects a lot. He inflicts fear and other stuff, so that's why he's a tier below, but he's still really good. This is just phenomenal. For me, he's S tier, maybe even SS tier, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna put him SS tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put him SS tier. I think no, not SS plus. Sorry, no. SS tier. He jumps up to. I know that it's only 10%, but on top of what he already does, it's so good because he already has the passive that increases by 20%, I believe, and the skill one, which increases it even further. So it's actually really good. We might bump him down depending on where we go, where we put the other SS characters, but for now he's gonna go SS tier. He's really, really good. I think he's like, with the scene card, he is on the same par as like, yeah, he's on the same par as these guys right here, right, with his scene card. So I will say it's really, really good. Next up is Yellow Sakura, the tank one, and it's the free one that you can get at the start of the wave. Reduces hit rate by 10%. He was already pretty high up in my list. I believe, yep, he's the highest A rank, S tier right here without the scene card. It's just gonna go SS tier, really good, 10% evasion rate, permanent, phenomenal. I think, and I spoke about him as well when I was talking about the standard scene cards, because in the lottery you can get even more evasion rate, and because that's all he doesn't need healing or damage reduction. Like, those are nice, but like, if you can get a high evasion on him and he just evades, you don't need the other stuff. And he's really good to put in, not type disadvantage, but on the other types, on the other colors, on green and blue. If you don't have a tank, if you're missing one, you can put him. He's really decent. Okay, moving on. Is Sako, Blue Sako is the next one, A rank Sako, and I believe he was A rank in the tier list as well. No, it was B, sorry. Same as Kiryu is what I meant. So let's take a look at his scene card. Where is he? There we go. He's a bit low. At the start of the wave, increases damage by 10 permanently and increases crit rate by 5. If you have a Shistoran on your team other than yourself, again, 10%, pretty standard. We're gonna see the percentages go up a little bit when we get to the SS characters, but for an A rank, it's really decent. It's the same as Red Sakura's, but obviously he only gets the crit rate increase if you have a Shistoran in your team. Really good. Again, pretty similar to Kiryu's as well, right? So for me, he stays with Kiryu. They're pretty similar. They both do status effects as well, I believe. Kiryu's is a little bit better, but Sakura's is a bit longer, I believe. So he's gonna stay there, one tier above for sure. Really good unit. Then we have Suo's, Green Suo, A-rank Suo's scene card. He was in C tier. I place him bottom of C tier. I don't think he's bottom of C tier, but he's C tier for sure. He only does one attack increase. It is the passive, to be fair, so it lasts, you know, it starts at the beginning of the wave and doesn't have a time limit. But the scene card reduces damage dealt by the front two by 10%. I mean, it's nice. It's better to have it than to not have it. It's not an attack increase. He goes B tier, one tier above. In my opinion, it's one of the more underwhelming ones. Again, same as it's the same as Yellow Mamiya's, right? But Yellow Mamiya's a bit better. He does a bit higher on his passive, but anyways, that's besides the point. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Blue Suo, and this is where it gets a bit not great, is it? At the start of the wave, increases damage taken by the enemy by 10%. So it's not damage increased to him, it's the opponent takes extra damage, which is nice because the opponent is gonna be the tank, and it's good against single bosses, but it's not as good as just a 10% increase. It's a debuff though, so it's nice. Of course, if you have buffs to have a debuff, it's really nice. Increase damage taken by one at the start of the wave. So where was he? He was really high. He was in S tier. He can go in SS tier. I think he's good enough by himself. He's good enough by himself. The scene card could have been a bit better, but he's not bad. He by himself, even without the scene card, is really good. So he can go into SS tier, one tier above. Okay, moving on to the next one. It's Red Sugishita. Okay. Red Sugishita is C tier, I believe. Yep, he's C tier. He's not bad, to be honest with you, but he's a red tank, and his the scene card says at start of the wave, cut damage by 10 and increase damage dealt by 5 if Umemiya's on the team. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. 10% damage cut. I think it's enough to put it a tier above, into B tier. He doesn't. Does he do any damage cut? I don't remember, to be honest. But it's a good thing to have. 10% is not much. But he's not the worst character, to be honest. So we'll move on to the next one. Tsugeura is next one, the blue one, who's also in C tier. Yep. And the scene card says, when your HP falls below 50%, only once per wave, cut damage by 15 for 10 seconds and increase recovery amount by 10 for 30 seconds. A damage cut, excuse me, a damage cut is really nice. Recovery amount as well. It is a bit situational, to be fair, and it only lasts for 10 seconds, the damage cut. But it's enough to put him in B tier. Like, he's not horrible now. Like, yeah, I'll put him B tier. Yeah, I'll put him B tier with that. Okay, next up is Togame, the green Togame, the A rank green one, which is A rank already, and he's really good. He does a lot of damage cut and defense increase. Right, so the scene card says 45 seconds at the start of the wave, damage taken, cut damage by 10% permanently, and increase damage by 10 permanently. Okay, it's damage increase is nice, but it's not necessary. 45 seconds is a bit long, but he's really good regardless, and this is just an added bonus. I think this is the passive that the yellow one has, the SS yellow one has. and he just cuts damage, so it's enough to put him a tier above. You know, a lot of other tanks just have a straight up Sugista had like a straight up 10% damage cut, which is just nicer than having to wait 45, but I think he's good enough regardless. And even though the scene card isn't massively great, I do believe it puts him a tier above, so he can go S rank. He's a really good unit, to be fair. As far as the A ranks go, he's a really good one. Well, let's move to the one that's not, and that is Tomiyama, Green Tomiyama. He's in C rank, and the scene card says that it increases damage by 10% until the HP falls below 50, and cuts damage by 5 if you have Togame on your team. He doesn't have any, like, the thing is, it's nice, right? And we've seen stuff like this before, right? 10% increase is nice. When the HP falls below 50, it only works when the HP is above 50, obviously, so it's not as good, but he does have evasion. However, he himself doesn't buff himself at all, and I think he's like one of the only ones that don't. I believe him, the two Tomiyamas don't do that. They don't buff themselves at all. So I don't know how good that is. To be fair, it's definitely better than his one. Does it put him a whole tier above? I do believe so. It's very minimal. It's not great, but it is better. It is a tier better, and it's on the same tier as them two without their scene card. So I'll put him a tier above in B. I don't think there's going to be a character in C, but there might be. Oh no, there's going to be. Yeah, there's going to be. I believe there is a character that hasn't improved at all. But let's look at Blue Nire next. His passive says, when an ally's HP falls below 50, once per wave, all allies' damage taken is reduced by 10 for 30, and recovery is increased by 10 for 30. Yeah, this is actually really good for him. He doesn't increase attack, but it's fine. He, I believe, is in B rank. Yep. He going to A rank. He does buff twice, though. His passive buffs, and then his skill 2 buffs, I believe, in terms of increasing damage. So the fact that the scene card doesn't increase damage is fine. It's a good scene card. You get it for free as well, so he's actually a really good unit. It's just that if you have Blue Kaji, he's just better. So yeah, he's a good unit though. That cannot be said for the red one. The red one was in C tier. I put him bottom of C tier. I believe he's the worst support in the game. He doesn't increase attack, and as good as other things are, right? You need attack in order to 3-star the stages, right? You have to complete the stages within a set amount of time. And beefing up your team is nice and all, and healing is nice and all, but you need to do it within a certain amount of time. And the fact that he doesn't have a buff skill in him is horrible. An attack increase in him is horrible. And the scene card is not great either. When allies' HP falls below 50 once per wave, all allies' damage taken is reduced by 10 for 30 seconds, which is nice, to be fair. That he reduces all of them. And damage dealt is increased by 5 for 30. That's not good enough, in my opinion. It's definitely better, but I believe it's still C tier. I think it's still C tier because this Suo, without his scene card, increases attack by 9% in a passive. He only does it for 5 for 30 seconds, and it's situational. So for me, he's the only one that stays C tier, even with a scene card, which is horrible. I don't think he's good at all, which is kind of gives Kiryu, the red Kiryu, a bit more value, right? Just because he's so bad and you don't have any other options. So yeah, he's horrible in my opinion. He's not good at all. Anyways, Hiragi, red Hiragi, the S rank Hiragi. Start of the wave, cut damage by 12, and increase recovery amount by 15. I mean, what? What more do you want? He's phenomenal. I mean, every Hiragi is great. The green one is here. The red one is A tier. I'm gonna put him SS tier. That's phenomenal. That's so good. It's permanent. It's so good. It's free one as well. It's a free one as well. Honestly, his standard one might even have to be bumped up to S tier. I think he's so good. I think he's so good. I'm gonna leave him there on the standard one, but on the one with the scene card, he's SS tier for sure. He's so good. And even the yellow one. Where do I have the yellow one? I have him at B. Honestly, I might have to put him in A. And with the scene card, he's gonna go up because this one for the yellow one says at the start of the wave, cut damage by 10 permanently and increases crit defense by 10 permanently. Okay, so critical defense is nice. It's nothing crazy, but he's just good in general. You know, the passive to reduce damage for all yellow allies is really nice. He's in B tier. I think that's a bit harsh that I put him in B tier. If I'm being completely honest with you, does he go into A? He definitely goes into A. I'll put him A for now. I'm not gonna put him S. Although he could go to S tier, to be fair. He's really good. He's really good. And that's it. He's the last one. Okay, I thought I forgot someone. Okay, that's it, guys, for the A and S rank characters. There were a lot of big buffs. Like Red Sakura's one is really nice. There were some underwhelming ones, like this one's horrible. Like he's just not good enough, man. I'm sorry. But what did you think? Do you agree with my list? And also, please look out for the next video, which is probably gonna be tomorrow, where I do the same thing but for the SS rank characters. And I have to tell you that the scene cards for the SS characters, which you can just check out now, right? If you go to the website and look at them all yourself, they are just so much better. They are just so much better. So there's gonna be a lot, and there's a lot of characters that benefit greatly. They're gonna go like 2 tiers above for sure. There's plenty of characters that are gonna go 2 tiers above. But for the majority of this segment, majority of characters went 1 tier up. I do think that, you know, the yellow Hiragi, I think even the standard one is a bit, I've done him a bit harsh because I do think that he's really good. But again, B tier might seem low in comparison to the others, but a lot of these characters are good. Like, there's not many to go anyway, so a lot of them are good. A lot of them you're gonna use because you need the type advantage. So hopefully this helped you a little bit. Yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.